Well, the voice of Katie Tunstall there, and I'm so pleased to say hello to her again, even though she's fiddling with her mic, because our mic did something strange a moment ago, so she's being a nice girl trying to fix it. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm extremely well, and intrigued and interested by your third studio album, which is coming out very, very soon, Tiger Suit. I've just had a quick sort of oral week through the tracks, if you like, and I give it the huge thumbs up. I think it's terrific.
I'm glad that it wasn't a jobby week, to be
no.
honest.
To quote the big one, exactly. Oh God, you've put a whole
great.
new light on that word, haven't you? But I'm intrigued because there isn't a song called Tiger Suit on the record. So
No.
Is the title significant? Does it give us does it open a wee door into what you're on about here?
The title is definitely a kind of, I mean, there's quite a few reasons behind why I called it Tiger Suit, but it's also, it's just such a, it felt like a kind of departure into the wild for me, this album. I think for the first time really completely cut ties with worrying about what other people wanted from me. You know, when you first get signed and you first put your record out and your label think they can sort of mould you into what they want you to be. And they didn't do that so much actually at the beginning. But I also didn't know my way around a recording studio. I didn't know what was possible, and it was a really alien environment for me. The second album, there was definitely a bit of pressure. I was also so busy. I mean, I didn't really come off the road during making that record, so it was sort of squeezed in and maybe didn't get the attention it should have done from me. So this third one, I just took time out and decided that I can't do this unless it's fulfilling and unless I'm really exciting myself with it. And one of my greatest fears is repeating myself in any way. So I just had to walk away from it all. And it was actually Linda Perry, who I worked with on one of the songs out in LA, who gave me a very sage piece of advice. And she just said, you've got the songs, you've got the personality, you've got the voice. The only problem is that you give a beep about what everybody else wants and what everybody else thinks. And it was just a great piece of advice at the right time.
Yeah. Interesting to hear you say that, because I guess most people would think at that particular stage in your career you would be, hugely confident about what you could do.
I know. I mean, I always thought that, I suppose without realising that it was going to get easier to make albums and to release albums, and it's definitely got more difficult. But I don't think it's a negative thing. I think it's just through realising what's possible, through really actually taking on board that I am now a musician. This is what I do. Yeah. I don't have to worry about another job. This is it. This is my reality. And really taking a step back after the 6-7 years touring, it was actually the first time I'd had a bit of time to digest what had happened, because I just sort of kept my head down, kept a beer in my hand and just carried on through all the success. And so through that time, I've seen some amazing gigs. I've seen some incredible musicians. I've made friends with some incredible musicians. And I think it just raises your standards. It just raises the bar every time you see a good show. Every time you hear a really inspiring new album, you think, this is my time. And if I don't push myself, I'm not going to be excited enough to put the work in, because it is graft once you're out there doing it. And you sacrifice seeing your friends, seeing your family. You get home and your friends have got like 4-year-old children. You're like, when did that happen? And
so if you're not doing something you're proud about, that's
exactly,
a waste of time.
It's got to be worth going out and doing that. So
well, the album is quite a different sound for you, and we'll talk more about that in a moment, but you've kindly brought your guitar along to do a couple of the new songs that people won't have heard from the record, and it very different kind of feel doing it here from what it will be in the record. But I'm wondering if this first song, The Entertainer, is it reflecting on some of the stuff you've just been talking about?
In a way, it was. In a way, it is. But it was really inspired by watching a few films and reading up on artists who provide the soundtrack to our love lives, namely Chet Baker, Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles, and I'd been sort of, really enjoying some films that had come out about them. But what I realised was they sing these incredibly passionate, empathic, sensitive songs, and they were horrible men. They were, I mean, I can't use the word on air, but they were, they were so cruel to women and so sort of heartless a lot of the time in their relationships. And Chet Baker fascinated me in particular because he's kind of got this quite victimised sound where it's very lovelorn and very heart torn, and really he was a hard hearted guy
Yeah.
when it came to his relationships. And then it just got me to thinking about the culture of frontmen. And I mean, front women don't really occupy the same space. It's a totally different culture, I think. I mean, Chrissie Hynde maybe is, Debbie Harry, Patti Smith, they're all very, very powerful, iconic female figures, but they still don't have this sort of Lothario reputation. And so really it's a bit of a kind of anthem of strength for women who've been jerked over by a frontman. Any woman anywhere, whatever band it is.